videos to describing how to capture or do the organ segmentation from whole body mouse MRI data using ITK Snap. So at this stage we have segmented the brain, and leaving off from the last video I was showing how to proceed with segmenting the lungs. But what I want to show here, because of course it's crucial to finish this, is how to actually get the volume. So if we're doing segmentation with the goal of finding the volume of an organ or different organs. So for example, let's take the brain. So how do we find the actual volume of the brain? What we can do is I'll go back to the mouse tool here, and I'll click on segmentation, volumes and statistics. Bring that window in here. So you can see now, because I only have one label done, only one label is going to show here. The clear label will show here, but that doesn't matter for us. Now if I had done other segmentations like lung and liver, those would show up here as well. So this gives the volume of 36. Excuse me. This has this particular label incorporates or includes 36,885 voxels. Now, because ITK Snap assumed that the volume was 1 by 1 by 1 millimeter, I get to this particular volume here, 36,885 millimeters cubed. Now that may be fine. Your data may indeed be 1 by 1. Each voxel, the dimensions may be 1 by 1 by 1 millimeter, but they may not be. So it's important that you tell ITK Snap when you bring the image data in what the size of the each voxel is. Now what I found is this particular data set, as a reminder, was first converted to analyze format using ImageJ. So when I imported the data, when I did File Open Grayscale here, I'll show you again, just a reminder. We'll just reopen the data, but I won't actually do it. So now you can see the spacing here is 1 by 1 by 1. Unfortunately, so for raw data files, you can change this, but I haven't been able to find a way to change these numbers. So for an analyzed format, I believe you are stuck with 1 by 1 by 1 millimeter. Now that may not be accurate. It may be the way that I saved or I first created the analyzed data, the analyzed file. So then the reason I'm telling you this is because ITK Snap will tell you the volume, but it makes the assumption the volume is calculated based on the voxel size that it thinks exists in the data set. Now it's still fine, because if you know what the voxel size is, you can simply grab the number of voxels from this column and maybe have an Excel sheet or whatever set up so that you know what the volume of one voxel is. Just multiply that by the number of voxels, and that gives you the volume of your region. So you can export this out by clicking on Export to File, and I typically save that as a text file. And then you can bring it into Excel or do whatever you need to do from that point. So that's it. That's how you actually find the volume of your label, your brain, or whatever your label happens to be.